What do you do? My name is Omar.
What's up, guys? My name is Steven.
And you're watching Game Day Nation.
We're here to talk about sports updates and what's going on around the sports world.
And right now we're here to talk about Brandon Cooks, how he got traded to the Texans. And I want to ask you, Steven, now because he got traded to the Texans, do you feel like Bill O'Brien, he's doing a good job as a GM?
Definitely not. He should not be a GM. Why? Because the trades of DeAndre Hopkins to what? The
Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
Very understand because they got a second round pick out of it. But yeah, they're trading that second round pick for Brandon Cooks, who has an injury history. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they're doing it. Like there's something's not right going around that organization right now. And obviously, I thought it was the last straw. This last season with I'm messing up. As you know, last season, Bill O'Brien did I thought was not a good job to be retained as a head coach. After we saw what he did throughout the playoffs and everything, I thought he would have been let go already. But I guess the organization have different plans going on. But I hear players are not really happy with Bill O'Brien. You know, they're speaking out their opinions about it. So I don't think Bill O'Brien should not have a head coaching job at all. Not even a GM job. I don't even know why he's having control over these trades and like I don't understand at all.
Well, I like his position. I like how he's having that gutsy play. I like how he's actually, you know what? This is my team. He's actually taking charge of what he needs to do. I feel like he's trying to establish himself as a GM and as a coach because he didn't do anything last season. I think this season is a new start, new fresh. Let's get rid of D-Hop altogether and let's focus on my guy, Deshaun Watson. And I believe that adding Brandon Cooks is not a replacement for D-Hop because D-Hop played with all these bad quarterbacks, you know, from Brock Osweiler to Savage and
oh
et
man, terrible decision.
Terrible
But do you really
decision.
think Deshaun Watson is happy what's going on right now?
Of course not. But you know what? That's not his team. It's Bill O'Brien's team.
But you had to build around the quarterback though.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. But Will Fuller did play better than D-Hop last season.
Okay.
He caught more balls. He gained more touchdowns. I mean, Will Fuller, he looked like he was the go-to guy for Deshaun Watson.
All right. Okay, that's cool and everything, but do you really think it was worth a second round pick for Brandon Cooks?
No, I don't think.
Definitely not.
I don't think third at least.
For you to trade DeAndre Hopkins for a second round pick and to get that away for Brandon Cooks, who's kind of lesser than DeAndre Hopkins, it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. DeAndre Hopkins at least is worth like a first round pick. Definitely.
You're right. I feel like it's a first round pick and probably a player to it. But I feel like, you know what, Bill O'Brien was like, you know, let's get rid of this player. I feel like there was no other team that presented to him. I feel like he needs to
I don't think he just wanted to get rid of him. I don't think he tried to negotiate with a bunch of teams.
I mean, he went to the NFC team. That's out of the whole division and stuff like that. That's a whole different conference. So I feel like, you know, that's a great decision. I don't know. Bill O'Brien, I feel like you're doing a great job. You know, I'll see you in the future. Hope you go to the playoffs.
No.
I hope that
more season.
all the haters wrong. You know, I'll put soda on that he'll make it to the playoffs.
Get out of here. Nope. Deshaun Watson's not going to be happy. If this whole pandemic was not going on, I promise you Deshaun Watson was requesting a trade. But you know what? This is all he has. He has to stay in Houston, obviously. He can't make any risky moves right now. But no, I won't be surprised after this season, or even in the middle of the season, that he's going to request a trade.
Request a trade middle of season?
Yeah, he's losing the team.
Losing the team?
Yeah, no, Bill O'Brien is losing the team.
I feel like he's bringing the pieces together because I feel like they're aiming for
too many chances though.
No, I feel like he's aiming for the deep threat because Kenny Stills a deep threat, Will Fuller a deep threat, Brandon Cooks a deep threat. D-Hop was a route runner.
Man, Brandon Cooks has like health. He has a history of injuries though. You gotta remember that.
Right. But Will Fuller also has histories of injury, but he's still balling out.
Okay.
You know, Kenny Stills, he could also be that type of player who can do like comeback routes and curls and stuff like that. But David Johnson, I don't know how that decision would work because he was not a good pick.
Definitely not.
I don't know what they were thinking about. But
well, hold on. Well, I actually like the David Johnson though. I know he has his injuries history and whatnot, but he could be a very reliable player. He can, yeah.
Do you really believe that?
I really do believe that.
You really believe that?
I'm a firm believer of David Johnson.
A firm believer of David Johnson?
I do.
The person who did nothing last season.
I mean, he was injured. What can I say?
Exactly. Injury prone.
I mean, like I said, this whole trade did not make sense in the first place. So you got to work with what you got now.
You're right. You're right. But I feel like he's building the pieces. I feel like he's going to trade David Johnson in the middle of the season before the deadline.
This doesn't make sense. This trade is so garbage, man. It is so garbage.
I feel like the draft is what they're waiting for. See,
they don't even have a first-round pick. The Dolphins got their first-round pick. You gotta remember that.
You don't need a first-round pick to pick the number one draft. You pick the number one prospect.
But they don't even have a second-round pick, I don't think.
A second-round pick. They got a second-round pick from Brandon Cooks.
No. But like I said, do you really think Brandon Cooks is worth a second-round pick? DeAndre Hopkins is not worth a second-round pick. Brandon Cooks is not worth a second-round pick. They're getting nothing, man. They're not getting nothing. They're not getting nothing in the draft.
Look, they're getting hope for a playoff.
Hope. Too many chances for hope, Omar.
I mean, they're building the O-line. You know, Laramie Tunsil.
Okay,
they're building him up. I bet they're gonna pick draft prospects for the O-line just to really keep that going.
They don't have enough resources. I'm telling you, if Bill O'Brien does not do a good well season, and it's not just making the playoffs. Like, oh, you make the playoffs, your job is safe. No. You gotta go deep into it. So we're talking about Super Bowl potential. This team has Super Bowl potential, but it just went down.
I don't believe that.
I don't like it.
I don't believe it. Because now, the Patriots, after losing it, I feel like there's always a next man up. And I feel like the Texans could be the number 2 seed.
Bill O'Brien is no Bill Belichick. I don't care if you work with Bill Belichick. Bill O'Brien is no Bill Belichick. He's not.
I don't know, man.
Nope.
I don't know. Well, let's move over to the Falcons. You have Todd Gurley, going over to the Falcons. How do you feel about that?
Well,
because they still have Devontae Freeman.
He's injury prone. Todd Gurley as well.
Todd Gurley is.
I will say that. But the contract he got for what was just like 1 year, $9 million.
Somewhere in there.
He's not worth a $9 million contract for 1 year.
1 year?
I don't think he's worth it. He's worth a lot more.
A lot more.
But I can see where the Falcons are going. They're like, you know what? 1 year prove it type of deal. Prove to me that you're still reliable running back.
It's all right, sir. We've been out of school for a while. It'd be like that.
Yeah. So, like, prove it to me. If you can prove it to me, you get some sort of extension or whatnot. Or Todd Gurley may want to go to a different team. He's just going with the Falcons, get another chance because, I remember this. Remember the Super Bowl against the Patriots?
I do.
And we were all questioning, it's like, why isn't Todd going to get enough touches? And then I tend to find out that he was actually injured. Like, he was injured throughout the whole playoff, I believe. And the Rams never, reported that.
See?
It's just...
I feel like Todd Gurley
I feel like he's not appreciated. Teams are not appreciated. If you got to think about it, NFL teams, they don't really appreciate running backs like that.
But I never thought he was the greatest running back from the start. Because when the Rams went over the Super Bowl run, I tell you time and time again that the Rams, their O-line was almost to the point of the Cowboys, correct? And he was making 3 yards each run? With the O-line, 3 yards each run?
No, that's false, my dude.
False?
You see the jukes and hurdles he be making?
After the 3 yards?
Bro.
They give you automatically 3 yards.
He did not make an impact to the team when the playoffs came, all right? Because he was injured. You got to remember that. You're not the same when you're...
But C.J. Anderson came back, and oh, man, C.J., you think he's going to do great? He did the exact same thing that Gurley did. So, there's no... I'm just saying, the O-line made them better.
They did.
Right?
Todd Gurley needs a stable O-line to be that running back.
3 yards a carry.
He didn't know you.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Look,
you tripping now. You tripping, bro.
So after that season, right, the O-line just went down the hill. And what he was doing? Nothing. Because the O-line couldn't get it done. He was getting hit in the backfield left and right. They got rid of C.J.
Todd Gurley carried that team, bro.
Todd Gurley carried that team.
He carried the team.
He used to carry that team.
Used to.
Yeah, that's
why they would never been to the Super Bowl without Todd Gurley.
They would never went to... Look.
Yes.
Do you really believe that?
Yes, I do.
Honestly believe that.
Yes.
So
100%.
You don't think it's that the high roller Jared Goff? You believe that?
I don't believe it.
Cooper Kupp. You don't think that he was doing great?
Jared Goff at most is an average quarterback.
At most, an average.
That one good season he had at a Super Bowl run.
But look,
and he got paid millions of dollars, bro.
But he was going toe to toe with Russell Wilson, throwing many touchdowns.
Nah.
I mean,
But you gotta remember, he had that great offensive line.
he did have a great offensive line.
Without that, Jared Goff he's trash.
But he was making the throws that he needed to get.
Honestly, Jared Goff reminds me of a Ryan Tannehill in a way.
Whoa,
Yeah.
hold up. See, now we gotta stop.
At most, Ryan Tannehill is better than Jared Goff, because Ryan Tannehill is a mobile quarterback. He's more of a mobile quarterback. Jared Goff is one of those like typical quarterback, just stays in the pocket, throws the ball, mini passes, screen passes. Like, you're not gonna win a lot of games like that.
But isn't that what a lot of these teams are looking for?
Oh, have you seen quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson come out? Kyler Murray, the whole NFL, quarterback value is changing, man.
It's
mobile,
yes. Mobile quarterbacks. It's the go-to.
Oh, you need an athletic quarterback, man.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, you do. No, definitely.
No. Look,
look at Aaron Rodgers, for example. He's a mobile quarterback.
But we all saw what happened last time. The man suffered a leg injury last season. But even though he came back and beat the Bears, but that's the point. He just suffered an injury when he ran out of the pocket. I mean, we all saw what happened to Matt Moore versus the Steelers. The man ran out of the pocket and got destroyed. His soul left his body, but somehow still playing the game. I don't believe mobile quarterbacks are the go-to or the future. I don't believe that.
And in the NFL, you gotta take risks sometimes.
I don't believe that. Let's look at the prospect Joe Burrow. He's a mobile quarterback, he's mainly a pocket passer. If the pocket collapsed, he would move out and throw it. I feel like he has more of that Russell Wilson type of athleticism.
No.
I believe that.
No, he
I believe he does have that
Russell Wilson type. No,
Russell Wilson
not.
type athleticism.
Look, I love Joe Burrow, but he's not like a Russell Wilson type.
If you actually watch his highlights,
I do.
This man,
Bro, who watches more college football here?
Hey,
I do.
That's the point.
No,
we're talking about
I watch most of his games.
Joe Burrow. Right?
I'm the one telling you about, bro. Take a look at this kid, Joe Burrow. He's balling out in the league.
Joe Burrow.
You don't even know who Joe Burrow was last year.
Bro,
I was watching Joe Burrow last year.
Look, Joe Burrow, I feel like he's that go-to player where you want to have that Russell Wilson feel to it. If you groom him up, he will be like that. Okay. Because look, after Russell Wilson, stopped running out of pocket, after he suffered these ankle injuries and stuff like that, he became more of a pocket passer, correct? When the pocket collapsed, he'll roll out. He won't run first. He will always roll out and look for the plays or the go-to plays. Joe Burrow does the same thing, does he not?
I don't know. No.
He doesn't. Who do you compare Joe Burrow to?
I don't know. I can't really compare Joe Burrow to anyone. He's like his own player.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I really think he's something special. He is something special.
See, that's what they say about Baker. They say the same thing about Baker Mayfield, and he's a bust.
I want to say a bust yet. Not yet.
He has all the pieces.
That's true, but the system he had, Freddie Kitchens?
Freddie Kitchens
should not be a head coach. I don't know why they hired him in the first place.
Because they rushed the process. But
the Browns I got too excited. Like, oh God, we got to hire this head coach. We got 1 Super Bowls in. Can you believe a year ago we're talking about Browns Super Bowl potential?
Yes, and then now they didn't even make it to the playoffs. Not even wild card.
Not even close. Not even close. They were like way down the list and in the hunt for the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a chance.
But I don't know. But I feel like.
But we're forgetting the point though. Todd Gurley, right?
That's right.
We gotta remember. Teams are undervaluing running backs these days.
You're right.
We need a good running back, like a running back like Todd Gurley, to be successful, to make it that far. Because think about it, the Rams had a quarterback like Jared Goff. Jared Goff is not gonna carry a team. He's gonna need a running back, to take the load too. You feel me? So that's why I say Todd Gurley was the reason why they made it to the Super Bowl.
I think he was. He was part of the reason.
Okay,
but he wasn't the main reason.
He carried the team though.
And
you gotta remember. Look, I promise you this, Omar. If Todd Gurley was fully healthy for that Super Bowl, Rams would have won. They would have won. It was a low-scoring game. You gotta think about it.
Because it was a defensive game.
No. I truly believe. Well, because the Patriots were able to figure out the Rams without no Todd Gurley. They were able to figure them out.
They still would have figured out. The run game wasn't there. It was non-existent.
No.
Yes. I mean, look. See, first of all, the Patriots defense was doing phenomenal.
They did.
They were.
But I promise you, if Todd Gurley was there, a whole different story.
Whole different story.
Yeah.
You really believe
whole
that?
Different story. And I believe if if the Patriots never won a Super Bowl, I think Tom Brady would have never left.
Never.
He would have stayed there, and he was like, you know what? I got unfinished business to do.
I feel like he would still leave.
I don't know.
Because if they would have lost right there, right, then yeah, I think he would live. Because he would still have that mindset of, you know what, this is my last time. It's time for me to move on.
I don't know. Tom Brady, he would like, you know what, I got unfinished business to do. You know, this left a sour taste in my mouth. I gotta, you know, I have unfinished business to do. You know, I gotta go back out there. I gotta, you know, regroup everyone. I gotta win another chip.
Well, speaking of Tom Brady, how you feel about Tampa? How you feel like they're...
Hold on, we're still forgetting. Running backs are undervalued, man.
What are you trying to say? Gurley is
I'm tired of everyone.
Overrated.
No, he's not.
Yes, he's overrated. I had this mind. He's overrated. See, I will put Saquon over Gurley anytime. Zeke over Gurley anytime.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Then,
okay.
You know, I will even put old man Peterson on top of this
Oh,
man.
hell no. Get out of here.
Old man Peterson.
What? Is he even still on the team?
Yes, he's still on the team. Balling out.
Barely.
Barely. He's doing better than what Gurley is doing.
Well, because he's injured, man. You gotta remember
Whose fault is that? This man, what? Adrian Peterson came back, you know, all day Peterson. This man came back from an ACL, MCL tear and stuff like that. This man was crippled. He was a definition of crippled and came back and still making records. Oh man, Frank Gore is better than this dude.
Whoa. Hold your horses, my dude.
Yes,
Yo.
I believe that. Gurley is overrated.
Look, Todd Gurley's gonna prove all the haters wrong this year. I promise you that. We're gonna have a whole different conversation after the season.
After the season?
We're gonna be like, yo, Todd Gurley deserves a 5-year contract, $110 million type deal. But he's not gonna get it because teams undervalue running backs. It's a sad reality.
But we looked at the Ravens and they really value running backs over anything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I don't feel like teams undervalue running backs. I feel like they look for the pass catching running backs. Like, you know, out of the backfield.
You need that. You can't just like run the ball. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because we see the Panthers with Christian McCaffrey, how he's more of a pass for, you know, catching back and stuff like that. And, you know, the Panthers situation, Christian McCaffrey is the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's the only one. Then we look at the Jaguars, Leonard Fournette. I feel like he's moving on to more of that catching back role later on because he's like, what? I don't... He lost his touch. I feel like he did.
Jaguars his organization is trash. He needs to get out of Jacksonville, man.
You're right.
Can you believe that the organization's talking about like moving their home games to London? Can you believe that?
Well, I mean, the owner, he was the one who initiated.
That's true, but it's like that's just not gonna work because I don't know if you heard the in MLB, the Tampa Bay Rays. They're playing half their games in, I believe, in Vancouver. I don't know, in Canada. They're playing half their games in Canada. What? Like,
it makes no sense.
He's basically saying, look, Tampa is not it. I want to do a real location. Why just do that already? Like, because I remember, like, Tampa last year, they were good. They made it to the playoffs.
We're talking about Jacksonville?
No, the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm giving an example to Jacksonville, to the Jaguars, right? So the Rays, they had a great season. You know, they made the playoffs and everything, and you still see the stadium empty, bro. When it comes to playoff baseball, stadiums are sold out. Man, it's packed, and it's the best time to be watching baseball, to be at a baseball game. But you see the Tampa Rays, it's empty, bro.
But you gotta think about this. Jaguars had a bigger fan base in London, though. It's not like Tampa.
Okay, because they play most of because Jaguars. They're like out of all the 31 teams in the NFL, they play most games at London. Excuse me.
But do you feel like Arizona should play in New Mexico as well? Because I mean,
Arizona, New Mexico.
Yeah, Arizona Cardinals play half their home games in New Mexico.
No,
not New Mexico, Mexico.
There's not a fan base in New Mexico. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man.
I'm looking at college teams like New Mexico State and New Mexico, like their football teams. They don't sell out games.
But
they have 20,000 seat venues. They don't sell out those venues.
But
there's no history in there in New Mexico. There's nothing. Why are you gonna bring Arizona to New Mexico? It doesn't make sense. When you got a huge, humongous stadium.
Why not?
Why not? That doesn't make sense so much.
A bigger fan base, more money, more.
Come on, you're gonna lose millions of dollars just by doing that.
What you lose me?
It's so unnecessary.
Now we have what? It's every year. There's always that 1 game, 2 games in Mexico, right?
Oh, you're talking about Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard New Mexico.
No, I'm talking about Mexico.
Oh, you think Arizona should play playing games in
Mexico.
No, because there's more fan bases in Mexico for the LA teams. Like the Rams, the Raiders. Raiders are huge in Mexico.
Yeah, Raiders are
but they want to move to Las Vegas. We'll see how far that goes.
I don't think it's going to work out.
I think it'll work out.
Do you really?
I think so.
I feel like it's going to have that whole Miami vibe where the players just going to lose.
Miami. They're in the middle of a desert.
No, I mean, we're playing in Las Vegas. Casinos, all the clubs and stuff like that. I feel like players are going to lose that like training. And
I mean, it's the same thing when players come here to Miami.
And we all see that happens. You know, either get fined or go to jail or something.
It's common sense, man. I mean, you just got there's got to be a balance. This time to have fun, go out to the club. This time to work. You know, it's got to be a balance. Because one thing, a lot like the Hurricanes, this past season, you know, they had one of the worst losses and they lost to FIU.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And there's been reports saying that teams, like the players, and especially the quarterback, Jalen Williams, they were like partying one night or going to Coconut Grove. It's like, bros, the teenagers are like us, you know, we want to have fun. But you got to have that mindset. There's got to be a balance. Like, celebrate, go out to the club or everything after you win the game. Don't go the night before. Come on now.
Maybe sometimes you want to hype yourself up. Maybe like, you know what, this is it.
This is game. You got to be focused, though.
Got to be focused.
You got to.
I mean,
if you want to take that big jump and your goal is to make it to the NFL, you got to have that mentality. You know, you can't be like some sort of follower. You got to be your own leader.
Or, you know, you could always have that party feeling.
But that's like, after.
Be like
party
Sanders,
when you win. Party all the time. When you win. Because he was winning.
He was winning.
Miami was not winning last year. I'll tell you that much. So there was no point of like celebrating.
You know who surprised me? UCF.
UCF? They did bad this last season.
But they did better than the season before, though.
Okay, they did.
And
do I think they deserve, like, because the controversy was the UCF deserve to go to the college football playoffs? I don't think so, because you look at the teams they beat, they were like sorry teams, you know. Compare UCF schedule to an Alabama schedule.
That's different. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. Why do you? I'm telling you put Alabama and UCF schedule, they beat everyone.
But do you believe it could be an upset? I don't know.
They could. I mean, that's what college sports is all about, upsets.
You're right.
But sadly, UCF couldn't have the opportunity. I mean, they did beat Auburn in the Peach Bowl, and they claimed national champions, which I think is all bull.
What's up with the quote? I mean, a win is a win.
But to you call yourself a national champion, and for the NCAA to like recognize that,
a win is a win. I mean, they're called champions for a reason.
National champions, as if you won like you're the champions of a college football.
You're right, but they recognize that. So I mean, I don't see the problem.
That's bull. I don't like. It's kind of like, oh, here's a participation trophy. You know, here you go. Thank you. You know, like no, that's not right. That's not right.
That's not right.
No, it's not right.
Wow.
That was trash. I don't like it.
See,
and then the next season they went undefeated as well, and they lost against LSU.
Okay.
And then LSU won the national championship the year after.
So they have the right to be called national champions.
No, because they lost to the future national champion.
Look,
UCF, they're a great team, yes, but for them to call themselves national champions and to put it in their freaking stadium,
why not? I mean, let's say
it doesn't feel right.
Let's say you own the school, right? You own the school.
Call yourself Peach Bowl champions, but don't call yourself national champions.
But the title is national champions.
Just because they went undefeated and they beat like sorry teams?
Okay, but still end up winning the championship. It's not their fault that the sorry teams can't beat them.
That's true. But like you're not national. If you're not facing the big schools and whatnot, like the Power 5 schools like Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, LSU, you know, Penn State, etc. If you can't compete with those squads, I mean, here's what UCF got to do. They gotta like. For their non-conference schedules, they gotta schedule these big-name schools. They can't be just scheduling like lower schools like Temple, Wagner. Like, no, you gotta compete with big-name schools. If you let me tell you this: Oregon, for this coming season, they're facing Ohio State, North Dakota State, which is like the Alabama version.
Yeah,
they're like winning FCS championships every year. And who else they're facing? But they're facing big name schools. Like they're non-conference. And that is so important. You gotta schedule non-conference like big name schools if you want to compete in the big levels. All right, so let's move on now. Let's talk about how the NBA is gonna restart the season.
Yeah, you know how the NBA it ended so like suddenly, all of a sudden it just
Yep.
ended, right? Do you believe they should pick up on where they left off? Do you believe they should wait until the next season? How do you believe the NBA should be structured?
It really depends when the season can start. Like really depending on the medical experts, is like if they start up in, let's say, June, definitely let's get it going. If it starts in July or August, no, it's August. If it starts in the latest August, I think end it. Is restart the season. Let's claim who was the first place in the standings. I think the Bucks.
Yeah, it should be the Bucks.
You can either crown them as regular season champions or just crown no champion. But let's give it a scenario where they start up in June, right? I know there's a lot of talk saying that we should definitely start back to the regular season, but I don't think you could do that. I believe get all the teams, 30 teams, make a big bracket, March Madness type, and have 3-game series. First, second, third round, to the fourth round, you can have like 5-game series and so on and so on. Then it comes to the final 7-game series, right? Because I don't know, it's just I don't think there should be any purpose starting the regular season at this point. Seeing how the situation is going on, just go straight into the playoffs. Big bracket, every team can participate.
What happens if they just cancel the season altogether and just have like a pickup basketball game? Have all
Exhibition.
Yeah, just like exhibition. Mainly with athletes who are already healthy and they already passed the medical exams and stuff like that. And they're like, you know what? Remember like the All-Star game, how there was like a pickup, like kind of like a pick your team basketball game? So what happens is the same thing like that. You have your captains, you pick certain amount of players, and they play. Pick your coaches that you want.
I mean, that could happen, but that's not really fun. People want to see like who should be crowned champion. They want to see who's the best of the best.
Exactly, a pickup basketball. You're playing with the best players that you believe.
That's fun and all, right? But that's why we have the All-Star game for it. You need, bro, like have all to participate. Big March Madness type bracket. Every team compete. 3-game series. Until it gets closer to the final, 5-game series and the final 7-game series. Like, we want to see who's the champion, like who's the best of the best. We speculate Lakers, Bucks, Clippers, who's gonna win it this year? Can the Lakers, rebound after when the almighty great Kobe Bryant passed away? Can they like win the championship for him? Like, there's so much juicy stories in this season. What could have been, but
could have. You're right. Could have been.
But that we should not stop there.
I mean,
they should not stop right there. They shouldn't. Nah, like we're not gonna let Corona win this. Like beat us out in our entertainment and the storytelling. Nah, there's gotta be a finish. There's gotta be. You can't just tell me the NBA season ended just like that. Like no, they gotta finish it off. Someone gotta be named champion.
Look,
if they gotta name the Bucks regular season champions, okay, fine. But no, you gotta like continue on. You just gotta crown a champion, I believe.
Or it could always be, a continue on later type of thing, And it could be coming soon,
Why? There's no point. Like you're basically pushing back the season. And I've heard reports saying that the NBA might push their regular season to December now. They start in December. And honestly, I think the NBA should reduce their games. Because when they start in October, they're competing with college football, they're competing with the NFL. You're not gonna win a lot of viewership. So why not start in December? And that's the time when the football season is going into the end and whatnot. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna reduce the games, but I think they should.
See, I feel like if they push back their the time of the season, they can't compete because that's in the middle of football season. Like, this is in a peak where all of the teams are really competing for the playoff berth. And I don't feel like the viewership is not going to be there. And it's going to be like the beginning of college, right? The middle, beginning of college, I think.
What do you mean? That's like towards the end. If they start in December is a time when like the first week of December, that's like conference championship games. Yeah. And then in the middle, you got bowl season. Then towards the end, you got college football playoffs.
Still not going to be enough viewership. Like,
okay,
because there a lot of these, shows are being aired on like Fox or ESPN and stuff like that.
What shows?
I'm talking about like games that if they play simultaneously, they're gonna be aired on certain broadcast networks like Fox,
ESPN, Fox,
CBS,
NBC,
like things like that. And they only have a certain amount of games on, and it all depends on which one will be popular, which one will get more views.
Well, you already know football is the
It's the move. It's the way to go.
It's the number one thing in America.
Yeah, but plus and it's coming to playoff berth, and I don't think that regular season for basketball is no one's gonna really watch that unless you're a hardcore basketball fan.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Heat and everything, but I wasn't really watching them in the beginning of the season. I was focused on the Hurricanes, focused on the Dolphins, right? But
I was focusing on basketball at the beginning of the season. I thought it was cool because Kemba Walker just came into the league.
You give it a couple of watch, right? You just like glance at it, look at the highlights.
Yeah.
But you're not really watching a full basketball game like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There'll be time and time like,
if it's on,
it's on.
You watch it, yeah.
Exactly. But it's not really exciting because it's just the regular season.
All right, so let me ask you this: how do you think the NBA should do? Like, if they were to start in, let's say, June, do you think they should start out with the regular season again, or go straight into like a playoff type of bracket? What do you think they should do?
I don't think it should start off with the playoff brackets because I feel like they need to warm up a little bit because regular season are really warm up, feeling your teammates again. Having that teamwork, having that relationship, and starting the playoffs. I don't think it's gonna be there.
Okay, how about this? How about just have like a week or two training camp?
Like a hard training camp, like
they start from scratch again, have training camp and everything, and start for the playoffs.
So it's
have exhibitions, like how the NFL does it in training camp. They like call up a team and they have like exhibitions. in their training facilities. Do that with the other teams, but have it broadcast. Actually,
I don't know.
Because then it'll be basically kind of like starting the regular season.
To me, that reminds me of the summer league. When you really think about it, that whole.
But you just said like they gotta like get refreshed again.
Right,
yeah, exactly. Right. So why not?
But that's like saying just start with the regular season. Just because.
How many games are left in the regular season? Like 19?
Just about around like 2019. And I believe that could work if you have 20 games in the regular season, and these games can go by quick.
But because if we start off everything normal, like the way the schedule is for the regular season, this NBA season, all right, when did it end? Like early March, right?
Yeah, around there.
Playoffs were supposed to start the next month on April. So that's 2 months. So if we started June, July, August, basically NBA season will end like in August.
Yeah.
Then they got 2 months before. If they restart again normally in October, that's a 2-month break.
I mean, they already had the break with the whole virus. They're already inside the house, and that's.
I don't think the NBA should like cut like what, we're not gonna start in October, we're gonna start in December. It just ruins the whole cycle and everything. I think just start how you normally start. Like either if they're gonna start the regular season, cut the games. Like
they had to cut the games.
You can't start. You can't do 20. Cut to 10 maybe, and go to the. But I still don't think that it should be 18 brackets like how the NBA is. Make it bigger. Make it a 10 team bracket, or expand it a bit. I don't know. They shouldn't.